Well, Irving Fryar, thank you so much for doing this. I'm telling you, I am just so honored to get to talk to you a little bit. Talk to me about just your football journey.
Well, it was different. I didn't really play football until I was in high school. I had planned on going into the Marines after high school.
Wow.
My mother said, you need to go to college. You're the first one in our family to ever go to college. I got mad at my mom, and I went as far away as I could, University of Nebraska.
You were first overall pick, weren't you?
Yes.
Drafted by New England, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 years in New England?
9 years in New England.
And a Super Bowl.
Then I was, and a Super Bowl.
No, that's so cool. And then I know some guys from around here will be excited about when you played for the Dolphins. You were with Marino for a couple of years, right?
Yes.
Talk about that moment where you do find Christ. How did that come about?
Well, I was raised in a Christian home. We were dysfunctional.
Yeah.
You don't realize that until you become an adult. So I made bad choices and bad decisions early in my career. About my 5th year in the league, a young man came up to me one day during practice and said to me, "Listen, you need to get your act together." Shortly thereafter, I was in Boston doing an appearance at a community center. And I had been hearing about this church and a guy by the name of Chris Womack. He was one of the deacons at the church, and the church was actually having their services at that community center. So I'm doing the speaking engagement, I'm talking to the kids, signing autographs, and Chris comes up to me afterwards and invites me to church.
That's awesome.
I go to the church that Friday, and I never look back.
Wow.
He made all things new.
Yeah.
Because he transformed the way I was able to see things. He transformed and changed the people I was hanging around. He transformed the way I saw life. He transformed my thinking, renewed my mind, and I started marching according to the beat of his drum.
Yeah. Now let's say, because there's people watching this right now that are in that valley of decision, and they're like, should I give myself to Jesus? What's the short answer to why I should make this decision?
One of the misconceptions about Christianity is that people think that Christians are exempt from problems and issues.
Right.
But that is the lie straight from the devil.
Yeah.
That is a lie. Putting your faith in Jesus does not exempt you from problems.
Yeah.
What it does is when problems come, we have the one who is the source that we need, the power that we need to help us to deal with our issues and the challenges and the problems that we face in our lives. We become more of who Christ is and more of who he wants us to be, in that we're the good that's here on earth. So for someone who is thinking about or who has thought about giving your life to Christ, listen, I lost all my money, my wife, I lost everything. You don't realize that the only thing you need is Christ. Because that's really all I had at the time. I had to start out, Brother Pastor, I had to start all over again. But that's been the best part of my life. That sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. When I had zero, my relationship with God has saved my life. My relationship with God has been the best thing that ever happened to me. Listen, I was a first-round draft choice. I had money. I could do whatever I wanted to do, but I was the most miserable person in the world. Tried to take my own life one time. The only way we become a part of God's family is through Christ. And I promise you, I've talked to numerous people. They tried other religions, and there's different roads you can take to get to God. No. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. The only way we can get to God is through Christ and what he's done for us.
Well, Irving, thank you so much for doing this. It has been such an honor and privilege to get to spend some time with you. I look forward to our continuing relationship, and take care.
Thank you. All right, God bless you.